Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Lucid's Tourney Game 7, where we are playing Helheim. It's every single time I say that intro, like, it's boggling my mind, right? Every time I say that intro, it stumps me because I'm saying Lucid's Tourney Game 7, and in my mind, it's always like it's not turn 7. Because I'm not saying it's turn 7, it's turn 9. How's it going, everybody? I did not sleep well last night. Let's do this turn. Okay, we've got it worked. At least somehow it worked, right? Let's see. We've got a battle in Zimria and then a battle in Zimria. So let's watch this first one. And we're immediately going to notice a little bit of a boo-boo. We've got a host of elves versus a fair chunk of wolf tribe. No big deal. What is a big deal is some of those elves are not on hold and attack. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's not good. Okay, so some of the elves are not on hold and attack. They run forward, they engage the wolf tribe, and they begin to murder the wolf tribe, which is great. But now the wolf tribe is on them. Are they going to be able to hold while the others come to their aid? It looks like the answer is mostly yes. There's a barbarian in the back trying to face down 3 Van Heers. Does not go well. So it definitely looks like, as assumed, we are going to clobber the wolf tribe, but did we take any losses due to that scripting error? No, we did not. Okay, so no losses due to that scripting error, but potentially we know what is coming up. We have bumped with Saramatia. Okay, so we've got a warrior sorceress and a bunch of Oirapatas. Is going to be pretty dangerous, especially with this unscripted group. Hopefully, okay, they look like they got hit with Bless. Hopefully they are going to be able to survive, not get butchered while they are on their own. Like that is to say, these guys are slightly better than us. They're not infinitely better than us, mind you, right? So they shouldn't get slaughtered. Ooh, and here's another reason why I do not like the guard commander scenario with this type of situation, with with mounted blessed sacreds, right? I don't like the guard commander scenario because you can get this weird spaghetti string situation if you're being hit by cavalry or something like that, or even just by infantry, where the forward individuals are taking numerous attacks. I think we got leaf blowers outside, so if you guys can hear that, I apologize. But I can't really do anything about it. And then the cavalry literally arrive, they show up, they come in, and they are going to butcher most of the units. Unfortunately, these guys get away. They are not faster. I've been poring over this for a while, and I just don't understand. It annoys me. Like, I am faster than they are, but we're not getting attacks off. Like, I would assume that it's a situation of, I guess they're just fast enough to continue moving. But yeah. All right, so that being said, we do lose a few here to the warrior sorceresses. If we watch that, actually, we lose one. To... yeah, we lose one to decay, basically. We lose one to age. So that's unfortunate, but no big deal. Is what it is. Alright, so, great. We predicted the bump. We won the bump. Fantastic. We have taken Zimria, which is a good province, and we have destroyed one of Sarmatia's expansion parties, which should strengthen us and weaken them. Fantastic. We have an event in Dendra Nigra. A peasant's goose has laid several eggs of gold, unfortunately is killed in the ensuing conflict of ownership. But we just took the eggs, so we get 530 gold. Very nice. And then in Titan's Breath Peaks, brigands have taken up residence in a ruin, so we get unrest. And I think this is actually changed to an event where they can show up later, but I'm not sure. We're not going to add more province defense at this current point in time. So, whatever. All right, what are we doing? Well, first, we're taking a look at Sarmatia's lands, and we can see Calum has moved into Sarmatia's capital. So I've reached out to Calum, and the player is basically set a line of, oh, I've had some, like, hard indies. I didn't realize that there were only 3 provinces between the capitals, and his neighbors have kind of pincered him, right, to kind of close the gaps. So Calum is basically given this, oh, I didn't really mean to jump into Sarmatia's cap, but I'm not against the idea of fighting Sarmatia. I just don't feel like I can do it right at this moment. And we've gained some information from this. We already knew that Femoria was to the south of Calum, right? But now, through talking to Femoria, we've actually identified that Agartha is here in 113. So we know Agartha is to the south of Femoria, to the west of Marverni. And we also know that apparently Marverni has taken a cap circle province from Agartha. So I don't know if they're making a strong play against Agartha, or if they're doing something like Calum did, like a oops, didn't realize we were that close type situation. But it's very interesting. So we're getting some notes here or there. That does actually, because there's only 9 people in this game, right? We've got, yes. So that means that Tirnanog and Abyssia, I wonder if we can figure out which one. We've got 1, 2, 3. This is Enam. 1, 2, 3. This is probably Tirnanog. And the reason I say that is because 1, 2, 3, this is probably Abyssia. I believe Abyssia has the opportunities to start in a cave. So that would be my assumption, is Abyssia has started here. Okay, so that's a little bit about the board state. What are we doing? Well, we're not immediately going in on Sarmatia. I'm not opposed to the idea, but it is winter. It is a little hard to move around comparatively because we still have these 2 provinces in our way. God damn, that is so loud. It's kind of just stifling our movement options. And so rather than attack directly into Sarmatia, especially if there's the potential for us having an ally in Calum soon, we're going to leave Sarmatia as is, leave them to negotiate with Calum, and we're going to try to effectively stretch our control over this area. So we are going to be sending 2 parties into the Wise Spring Grove in 51, making up basically 9 Hell Herdings and a mounted herdsman, along with 2 hearses. So they're going to go up against Wise Spring Grove. There's a lot in Wise Spring Grove. This is one of those situations of it's probably over-reporting. It's probably closer to like 70 or 80 deer tribe. 90 is a whole bunch. If it's 90, it might actually be a problem, because again, we've talked about this, like enough arrows will pop glamours, enough glamours popped will lead to a bunch of little hits landing. Enough little hits landing will lead to a dead hell herding. So, this is dicey, but I think doable. So we will see how it goes. Hopefully we secure this, and then maybe we'll even be able to take Scorpion Cracks and maybe kind of like Defaros will stand in our projected power. We'll see how that goes. And we're also going to be hitting the Tiny Willow. So we've seen this fluctuate in size. I think it's probably consistently around 30 or 40 Bone Tribe. That's dangerous. That's still a lot. That can still definitely beat us. The only hope, right, is that we kill enough of them before they stab us with their spadums. So we're sending in a small cluster here with Hearst 8, and we're sending in this cluster with Hearst 3. Now this is the more wounded cluster, so it is possible that it still gets routed, but hopefully what we're going to be looking at is a province taken here, a province taken here. That will put us on turn 10, that will put us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 provinces if we're successful on both of those. With a 16th and a 17th all but confirmed, right? As long as our scenario with Femoria stands. And that's decent, right? That's 17 provinces that we're looking at. Other than that, though, is we're kind of hemmed in, you know? Which means that we're going to need to look at war targets, and Saramatia looks to be as good a war target as any. They look like they have not expanded very well. We can probably elf them decently enough. We have seen that a small party of our forces versus a small party of their forces is probably a 50-50, right? But I would wager that our infrastructure is coming along a little bit nicer than theirs is. To the point we are sending Hearst 2 over to Kohnberg. Next turn, he will be dropping probably a temple. It's not going to matter what we drop first, really, because I need a temple and a lab to recruit either a Van Hearst or a Van Jarl. So either way, it should not matter. We've got 1,000 gold sitting in the bank, and normally I'm not very, I don't like doing something like that, but it's about to go to good use. We're about to put up a whole shit ton of infrastructure. So we are recruiting in Osense, a commander here, who is probably going to start a fort next turn. We're also recruiting a commander in Pergami. He is heading towards the Dead Forest. It's going to take him a couple turns to get up there. I would have recruited someone closer to the Dead Forest, but I literally can't, because all of these fucking indies are mages, and I can't recruit anyone to get over there. So the closest I really could do was either Kohnberg, right, or Pergami. So I'm just going to do Pergami and send him up to Dead Forest. And that's what we're kind of looking at the beginning of the game, right? We're looking at Helheim, obviously our capital, right? Osense, Kohnberg, and potentially Dead Forest. Maybe even Zimria. Zimria is a good province if we can get it up and running. That depends on whether or not we have an early war with Saramatia or not. I would love to take Brightgate, and if we took Brightgate, that would be a better province, although I would probably be willing to fort both of them. We want to take Dead Forest, though, because producing Jade Maidens out of it does actually give us a weird little boost in the efficacy of our military, because they are basically just slightly inferior versions of our Helheims. Slightly inferior versions of the Oiripatas, right? But they will take our Bless, just like our Hellherdings do. They will take they will be good flanking cav, defensive cav in later battles, and if we can get up and running here in Pergami or in Dead Forest sooner rather than later, they could actually help us quite a bit with expansive growth. In the beginning of the game, it's very much a reliant on the cap to produce things. Once we get another fortification or two up, then it turns into we can produce, mounted herdmen. And mounted herdmen are good. In fact, they're better than the Jade Maidens are from just a straight stat line. But they don't take a bless, right? So having the Jade Maidens to mix into things is potentially going to be really nice. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Research-wise, we are getting closer to Construction 2, which is going to be really good. We should hit Construction 2 around the same time as we are able to start producing Van Harris's in Koenberg. And that's going to be a lot of what we're going to do. Initially, we will probably pop out a Van Harris and a Hellcarl to go around and start site searching, right? I would like to get a Svartalf to be up and start site searching for Earth as well, basically. But that's probably going to take a little bit of time. Probably not going to happen for another 4 or so turns. But we do want to start site searching our lands, making sure that we are building a little bit of an air income. In fact, that's probably going to be what Hearst 2 or one of these other Hearses does as soon as I get the opportunity. See what else. This is also something. We're not recruiting a Van Harris this turn. We're recruiting our first Van Jarl. And this is important because we want to shift relatively early on in the game. We want to shift from producing Van Hairs to Van Jarls. Van Jarls are way, way better. They're way better mages. They're way better combatants. They're way better thugs. They're just more expensive, right? 260 gold and then 104 gold upkeep per year versus 48 gold upkeep per year and 120 gold. Van Hairs are basically what we'll probably do is we will probably have one place that produces Van Hairs for the rest of forever, and those guys will probably just be our research team, right? They're gonna have low research, mind you, because we have drain scales, but we'll produce one of them every turn, and we'll probably produce a owl quill every turn and use that to try to level out our very bad research curve, because we're basically always going to have a very bad research curve. But that is kind of it just is what it is. There's not a whole lot that we can do about it for now. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So we got this Van Jarl. Other than that, right, we're going to try to produce Van Jarls, because Van Jarls are better casters, they're better mages. I said basically the same thing twice there. They're better thugs. They're going to be more important for blood hunting and things like that. We want a good pool of them to start blood hunting earlier rather than later. We've got a couple of provinces right around our cap that are going to be very good for blood hunting, right? Very excited about that. And that's pretty much it for the turn. So hopefully next turn we are going to have these two provinces. We will have a better understanding of what's going to happen potentially with an early war against Sarmatia. I don't know though, maybe Sarmatia is going to come, I'm under the impression that Sarmatia is not going to just come at me. Sarmatia might come at me, but I think he's got, I would, if it weren't for the Calum situation, I would assume Sarmatia is going to be like, oh, no, fuck you, Helheim, we ain't playing that shit. But Calum is potentially the bigger issue right now for Sarmatia. I'm assuming that there's going to be some negotiation between Sarmatia and Calum, and to avoid an immediate war, Calum's going to be like, yo, sorry, I didn't realize that was your cap circle. But we will see. All right, that's going to be it for the turn. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.